Kliopedia Lithuania. We just got the idea a day or so ago that you might like to have a little part of our life here. So during the next few days, I'm going to take the video camera at various places where we go and shoot some footage. We're leaving in just a few minutes to go to the Kliopedia newspaper to teach Antanas and his crew. Following that, we're going to take a taxi out to the baptismal location where three of our students, a fine LDS family, they will be an LDS family, will be baptized. They're just great people. So we're going to go right from the newspaper out there, and I will shoot some pictures at each different place. And Dave, I'll send this to you, and Debbie, would you please, as you see it, make a copy for Steve on for his VCR, and then either make a copy for John or just send the original 8mm over to him. And if the last person who sees it will send it back here in a manila envelope or something, and then we'll continue it, and so you can have a second version. Everything is cool here. It's summer. We're certainly enjoying the weather as compared to the winter time. Kliopedia is pretty. People take great pride in it. It's cleaned up, and so during the next few days I'll give you a tour of the city of Kliopedia and our activities in it. Thank you, and best wishes from Jan and I here in Kliopedia. As I said a minute or so ago, we're just going to the newspaper, and after that we're going to a baptism, and we bought flowers for the new members. Flowers are big here in Kliopedia, and we've tried to do this for each person that's been baptized to give them a little symbol of their life change. And so Jan is holding the flowers.
Here's the taxi.
We're out here in front, and she just said the taxi is about here, so I need to stop.
I am biggest man from small newspaper. Our newspaper calling Kliopedia. It's the same name like city. We have two editions, Lithuanian edition and Russian edition, and circulation of both editions yearly is about 30,000 copies. In other days about 20,000 copies and 13,000 copies. It's not very much, and we would like to have bigger circulation. And I would like to say thank you very much for Mormon people for English lessons. English lessons are very useful for us, very interesting, and we appreciate Mormon people, Mormon missionaries, like very nice and very reliable people. Thank you for attention.
Okay, this is Antanas Donavicius and his daughter Tautmila, and I think I'm saying those names right, or sort of right. And Tautmila's gonna leave us. She's getting married, and maybe we'll get to see her sometime in Vilnius pretty soon, though. But they're very good.
And she's
friends.
been a member of our class.
Yes,
And we're,
and they both speak English really well.
and we'll miss her.
Yeah, so my name is Mike. I'm finishing the school, the secondary school this year, and I'll be studying at Lithuanian Christian College. So I'm 18. Let's see.
And you teach us English. We don't teach you English. You teach
Oh yes, Jan is teaching me English.
us. No way.
Oh yes, you do. Yeah.
Okay.
We're here at Pyoris, which is where we'll be attending the baptism tonight. People are just assembling before.
Just telling Yuri how I have no chance of learning Russian.
There you go, yeah.
He's laughing at me.
It's a very beautiful area. It was built during Soviet times. It's a retreat during Soviet times while the authorities of the, I guess, the local Russian establishment used to come out here, and there is a spa, a 2 pools, and it's a very first-class place, and the elders say this is the best place to have a baptism in all of the mission. This is the walkway coming into the hotel. I'll just pan around a little bit so you can see the grounds. Jan and I hope to come out here sometime for dinner, and maybe even sneak out here and spend a weekend sometime. The restaurant has been closed for remodeling, and I guess it'll be open again here pretty soon. Pyoris, we are told, means by the sea. We're just about a quarter of a mile from the Baltic Ocean here. This is a pool where we've had several baptisms. Tonight, our family and our parents and our daughter Victoria will be baptized here. It's a great place. There are some members of the church and others and investigators that are here waiting for the baptism service to begin. These are the folks that were baptized tonight, and they'll be great members of our small group here in Kliopedia. They're great people.
This is Alexander, this is Regina, and this is Victoria. They're a family that Elderson Dove and I found attractive, and they were just baptized. They're a wonderful and beautiful family. We love them with all our hearts.
And who are you?
I'm Elder Hicks, and this is my Russian companion, Elder Sadov. He's teaching me how to speak Russian.
Hello, my name is Lina, and this is my girlfriend, Sierra. She's actually the girlfriend of my classmate, or my ex-classmate. And we're here for the baptism. The new family was baptized, and we're really happy for them.
That is Jan and Vonda. Vonda is investigating the church, and is also one of our faithful students at our Monday night beginning class. This is our ride home. This is Vonda and Anatoly and some of their friends, and they often ask us to ride home with them, which is about 15 miles from here to our house. And so Here's another scene of the grounds around the hotel where the baptism was performed here tonight. Apple trees and other fruit trees are just really beautiful here. We have a built-in choir here in this band. Today is P-Day in the Latvia Riga Mission, preparation day for a day when the elders and sisters can take off their uniforms and let their hair down a bit. Typically they wash and go to the market and write letters. I think today they're all going to the beach. So I'm in my Levi's and shirt, and I'm going to try to take a few pictures around here of our environment here in Kliopedia. The windows you can see in the middle of the screen are from our kitchen and one of our bedrooms. Here is the entrance to our place, and the area that we live in is called Augšinė, and the whole area is known as that, and the way you identify your address, why you give the area and the name of the apartment building that you live in, and of course you know the apartment number that you're in. So that's how people identify themselves. There's the entrance to our apartment. All of them look alike around here. I think the Soviets must have made 10 million doors, and nearly all of these apartments are just like everyone else's. I've been to several, and they may differ a little bit. Some are one bedroom, some are two. I've never seen any more with two. And construction, I understand, was done around in the 70s, around 71, 72, and construction was sort of typically Soviet, pretty poor, and a lot of them are kind of falling apart. Most everyone here in the city, all 200,000 of us, live in apartments like this. There are a few individual houses, but I doubt if there are too many more than maybe 100 individual houses in the whole city. Typically apartments are 4 to 10 stories high, and the lilacs here are just coming into bloom. People seem to take a great pride in the area. After the long winter, why things were pretty shabby with a lot of paper and stuff around, but people seem like they really tried to clean up, and it certainly looks a lot better. I was trying yesterday to make a VHS tape from some that we had taken last winter to give you a comparison, but somehow the television set doesn't seem to want to accept my the signals from this 8mm camcorder. Here's a view of the kind of our immediate area, and looking over to our entrance and our particular apartment that I showed you a few minutes ago. There are a lot of dogs here. In fact, it seems like almost everyone has a dog. As I walk through this grass, I have to watch myself because this is sort of in the walking area for the many dogs that are here in this area. This is the route to the store that I typically walk along this every morning as I go out and hunt and gather to get the daily bread and whatever we may be having for dinner or lunch that particular day. You can see about as far as you see why nothing but these box-like apartment areas that are just about alike. Here's apartment 88, and ours is 5, and I suspect they go to several hundred in this particular area. Here are a couple little girls going to school. One just stopped by and said hello to me. All the kids know that we're American and often try out their English. They say good morning or please or... This street is called Taikus Prospectus. It is one of 3 main north-south streets here in Kliopedia. The minibus you just saw go by is how we get about when we don't take taxis. They're numbered and they come by every few minutes, and with a little experience you can find out where they go. And I guess you could ride one practically all day for 1 leap, which is 25 cents. The city is pretty well laid out. I suspect after the war, when it was almost completely flattened, they resurveyed it, and as I said, 3 main northwest roads, and so getting about isn't very difficult. Vilnius, for example, I guess wasn't destroyed very much during the war, and so the streets there are very widely and kind of like just paving the cow trail. Over here you see a shopping center called... Gotta wait for a minute for the cars to go by. The store you see kind of in the distance, I refer to it as a Russian store. It is much better than we've all seen in Russia, but still pretty limited. But I generally go there each morning to get a liter of milk and some bread. Other stuff is pretty limited. There are other stores that you find after a while to get other stuff. There's what I call the 7-Eleven, and that's a 24-hour store. If you want to go over and get some milk or bread or something else, you can. There are just hundreds and hundreds of little stores kind of in little buildings. So that's the way people, I think, make money, is just by selling things. There's another store over here, and in the distance is a pretty nice photo area where I have the prints processed, and you can also buy film. You can buy print film, however I've never been able to see slide film. Here's another of the hundreds and hundreds of little teeny stores that you can buy stuff. In addition to that, there are a number of little teeny traders that are open for most of the night, where you can get cigarettes and pop and so on. The graffiti artists are fairly active kind of on some of the back walls of some of the apartments. Nearly all of the areas have a little play area for the kids, although they're not very well maintained, but kids by the dozens come out here at night, and you hear them till about 10 o'clock at night that are playing the sandbox, or they're playing soccer or whatever. Whoever planned these areas probably had good intentions. They seem to be well planned, you know, for great numbers of people. I've only seen one lawnmower, so I don't expect to have any of these lawns mowed, although yesterday I saw a couple of cows that are nearby that were feasting on some of the grass. There's a little island here of, just a couple of blocks where there are probably maybe 50 individual homes. There's only one other area in Kliopedia that I've discovered so far where there are individual houses. Each one has a garden that's pretty well maintained, actually. This is looking down one of the east-west streets that run into Taikus, where I was shooting just a minute ago. You can see it's a rather nice street with grass in the middle, but lots of dandelions, but I suspect that it will never be mowed, as I said a minute ago. I wish I had my old rider lawnmower here for a few days and to shape up some of the grass. Dave, you'd probably go bananas with all the weeds and all of with all the dandelions, but it really looks good after the long winter. I can even take dandelions and long green grass as compared to just piles of snow like we had for so long. It's so nice to see these gardens. I just wish I could get down on my knees and get my hands dirty. I've been watching this garden for several days, thinking that the tulips would be in their prime by now. They're not quite so yet. So this is one of the typical gardens that you see along the street, and most people have a greenhouse. These houses are certainly the minority, and most people live, as we do, across the street in the apartments. This is a real pleasant relief as I walk in the morning to. I was taking a picture of a garden about 2 hours ago, and the battery went out. I'm down to one battery now. I've got to send an SOS to some of you to get me a new one. Anyway, this is a nice street where you see a lot of flowering trees, and again, this is not the common place. This is one of my favorite places in my daily walks. This is the outdoor market. It's only about a quarter of a mile from where we live. And here, as you can see, there. This is the outside of the big market here, just a little ways from our house. I had started to film this again a couple hours ago. I'm having battery trouble today. Hopefully this will work better. Inside there's a flower market, a meat market. Outside you can buy about everything. Prices are a little bit less here, for example, in the stores, the Russian market that I mentioned this morning. 10 eggs are $3.60, and here they're $3, so a little less expensive. For 10 eggs, that would be about 75 cents, which would make it about 90 cents a dozen, which is probably more than you're paying in the States. Mother's Day, why this is all outdoor flower market. flower arrangements or weddings and funerals, you can buy individual flowers. We've often come over and bought daffodils and tulips this spring, and also roses for the baptisms. See, things are not scarce. We were pleasantly surprised. All winter we can buy oranges and bananas. You can see a kilo of bananas or 4.8 leets. Divide that by 4 and you can get the price per 2.2 pounds in the US dollars. Animal area, particularly every Saturday, why people bring their animals. Sometimes you see rabbits and mice and ducks and pigs and
Ascolti, dov'è che stanno a